Hey guys, it's Sandy. So while this loads, I thought I'd introduce it, I suppose. So this is the Dragon Guarded Weapon. The current story I'm working on. It is taking forever to load too. I began this, I think, exactly a year ago now. So it's been in the works for a while. Why is this taking so long to upload? There we go. Alright. Or whatever. To come up. Alright, so here we go. So I began this as a dream, and it kind of evolved into an actual story. So without further ado, let's get into it. As if spawning into a game, a young woman appeared in the center of the street. She then shook her short hair out of her blue eyes before slipping in through the crowd with practiced ease, heading for weaponsmiths. She nodded to two other girls of about the same age as she passed. The black-dyed hair on one bobbed as she slung a bow over her shoulder. The second had no obvious weapons, but a satchel was hanging across her body. You must be the adventurer, newbie. Look around. Find something to your liking. I'm guessing something lightweight. The towering, honey-toned, muscled smith asked, his voice like boulders crashing together. I shook my head and looked around, hovering over a wicked set of knives before pointing to a hammer. That looks to be my style. He looked at me funny before handing it to me. I tested it out by swiping it through the air. I rested on the ground as I strapped on the sheath, standing just taller than me. It suits you. Where are you off to now? He asked as I paid. Guards building. I'm finding the head so we can take missions. My teammates had agreed to a one-on-one, so with me as the representative, I smiled maliciously. He chuckled softly. Don't be too inhuman with that. I'd hate for her to come to me in a fury and demand I change your weapon. I waved as I left, smiling proudly. As I walked through the door, Rebecca and Maddie fell in next to me, arriving just as they were starting to look for us. I brushed past them and emerged into the courtyard training area where Captain Valerie was waiting. Ready? She asked. At my nod, she raised her shield and started circling me. She tried to jab me with a solid sword, but I hooked my hammer on the edge of her shield. I tapped her chest quickly before she could get in a counter-strike. I believe that is a win for me, I said with a bow. She scowled at me, but yielded. Meet me at noon tomorrow for your first assignment. I followed my teammates out of the courtyard. We returned to the large house on the edge of the residential section that we all shared. They both had rooms on the first floor. The ground floor was the kitchen, living room, and dining room. My room was the attic. The second floor was empty at the moment. We all enjoyed dinner before retiring. Early the next morning, I slipped out to get to the weaponsmiths just as they opened. Well, what can I do for you, little badass? The smith chuckled, using his height advantage to tease me. I was wondering if there was any way to protect the handle. I realized I might be vulnerable, but metal would make it hard to grip, and my hold on changed throughout a fight. I said as I unsheathed it. Plus, this is a two-handed weapon, which makes the shield useless. He finished. I nodded as he inspected it thoughtfully. I inspected my hand as he processed the request. The best advice is to try to move faster so they don't get to destroy it, and carry some smaller weapons just in case. He handed me a few daggers and knives, which I paid for. Thank you. This helps, Mr. Smith, I called as I left with a smile. He waved back. Name's Rex. Better call me that or I'll give you a... I wandered out of earshot and through town for a few hours before returning home and changing into my travel clothes. My dark brown boots with shorts and a crop top. I swung a cloak over it all to complete the look and hide my hammer and satchel. I met Rebecca at the bottom of the stairs. Her brown hair was tied into a ponytail, fingers tapping as we waited. Maddie was applying makeup, so she insisted that despite leaving town, she still must look fashionable. I played with the strap of my satchel as the time creeped closer to noon. Finally, she came downstairs in a skirt and a tank top, her bag draped over one shoulder. She sashayed out the door and we were forced to follow. I fell behind slightly. I'm aiming not to be associated with that type of cheat behavior. Rhett was headed back to his shop as we passed. Hello, Mr. Smith, I called cheerfully. Why, Lil Badass? I told you to call me by my first name, he chuckled as I passed. I know. My name's Katie, by the way. Cat, Delphi, and Crazy work all work, though. I joked. I could hear his rumbling chuckle as we continued walking. We bumped into Captain Valerie just a few moments after the noon bell chimed. Oh my god, I'm so out of it today. You're almost late. Anyway, here's your assignment. I almost gave it to another team, but I suppose, since you're here, I'll still give it to you. I glared at Maddie before glancing it over. This is too hard. Let's warm up to our new status by giving us something easier. Here, this is easier, she said with a sneer. Perfect, I said, heading out of town. I passed the paper to Rebecca as Maddie blew a kiss at a passing guy. You realize she gave us a hard assignment, Rebecca asked as she looked over it. Of course. I was glowing her into that. We can handle it, though, so don't worry. I shrugged triumphantly. There was a picture of a goat-bodied, snake-headed, and scorpion-tailed creature. The title read, Heard the Triple Venom Ooze. Well, goodbye, Bailey Mana. Hello, Triple Venom Ooze, I drawled. So that's part 1 of the first chapter. I will read part 2 another time, because it's already starting to get into a long video, and I have to finish doing what I was working on before this. Anyway, I hope you all enjoyed it, and I'll see you for part 2.